Hey, how y'all doing? This is Hunt 919 Truth to Sports coming to you with another segment. I want to get right into it. This is a quick reaction after the Colorado win over UCF tonight, 48 to 21, at the University of Central Florida. Um, and I'm doing this response because my channel is a small channel, so I don't get a lot of views. It may jump from you know, um, 2 views to 100,000 views that I've gotten before to 10,000, 5,000 views. But for the most part, it's not a lot of views that I get, but I just like doing this. So I don't really expect a lot of responses, but when I do get responses, they're always good, educated conversations. It's never anything negative or anything like that. So I do enjoy it. So I'm doing this response because I got some kickback after the game, of course, because what I do is I do a preseason segment where I tell you how I think the team is going to be before the season starts, and then I try to do a segment before the game because, of course, things change throughout the season. When you see teams play, you consider injuries, et cetera, et cetera. Then your pick may change. Well, for both of preseason and in-season predictions, I chose UCF both times. I just thought they was going to beat Colorado. You can look at those segments. I break down exactly why I think that. Um, and just to let you all know my process, I don't just come off the top of my head when I create a segment. I actually watch games that I can watch, mostly I've already watched two Kansas State games already. I'm watching Arizona right now. But I try to watch games. I always watch all of the Colorado games. So I try to watch games. Um, I also consider last year, how the season was last year. I consider the returning players. I consider the system that they're running. Um, and then I research the team that they're going to have this year and what I expect, from those teams. So I actually do research before I do a segment. That's why sometimes it takes me a while to do a segment because I just don't do it right after the game. I'm just not at that level yet. So I like to research it, know what I'm going to say. I then write everything. Actually, I go type everything down and then I read my segment back just so you all know from the people who do listen to me, I'm just not talking off the top of my head. I'm actually doing research before I give a prediction. Some people call that hate because if you don't choose Colorado, it's called hate. At first, it used to bother me. Now it doesn't bother me at all. I don't hate Colorado at all. I just don't like some of the things they do. I don't like the player turnover, but that's not what this is about. I have reasons why I feel the way I feel, but I don't hate. I watch every game because I want Dion to do well. And that's from the core of my heart. I really do. But that does not mean I do not agree with everything that's being done by him. I don't agree with everything that's been said by him. Sometimes the team. That's just who I am. It's no hate involved at all. It's truthfully how I feel, which is why I call my channel Sports Truth. But watching the game, um, I did not foresee the defense stopping the run like they did. Colorado's defense looked awesome. They looked fast. They looked strong. They was putting pressure on the quarterback. They were hitting hard. They were contesting everything. They just looked impressive. I did not foresee the Colorado coaching staff out coaching UCF like they did. Uh, Colorado actually looked like a ranked team against UCF, and in some polls, UCF was ranked 23 in the nation. I know some of y'all don't know that because I do research. Colorado was actually ranked 59th in the nation, if I'm not mistaken. Um, so I didn't foresee some of these things. I thought that the rain would affect the game because UCF has the number one ranked rushing offense in the nation. So I thought it was going to be a rainy game. And of course, when the game is raining, you normally going to run a lot in football. And if you're going to choose which team will win in a running match, who would you choose? Of course, you're going to choose UCF because they have two um, top tier running backs who can put up a lot of yards, and their quarterback runs a lot. So I did not foresee them stopping that. Well, of course, they waited for the rain, which was smart. And even when I look back on, it was only between the 30 to 50% chance that it was going to rain during game time, but they backed the time up, which was smart. So it was a fair field. I mean, a fair fight. So the rain didn't affect anything. Um, and so watching Colorado tonight, because one of the guys was like, believe. And I honestly, after watching them tonight, I am starting to believe in that team. They didn't look good to me. They look excellent. Like I said, they look like a top 25 team. They look like a team that was well coached. The players were disciplined. Like I said, they were all over the field on both sides of the balls. I always know that the offensive side is going to be good. It's the defense I always worry about. But man, they put it together tonight, and this is actually the best game since they've come from Jackson State that I've seen a Coach Sanders team look. This was the best 1-2 punch or the best full um, game that I've seen from them. So, and this one statement stuck in my head, and this came from a guy. Me and him was going back and forth before. So after when this game came, when this game finished, of course he texted me, and we was going back and forth. And I told him, I had to eat this. I was wrong on my predictions, et cetera, et cetera. Then he said something to me that stuck in my head. He said he saluted me for taking accountability. He said we can never be 100% right, but we can be 100% accountable. And I thought I'm gonna just use that I'm gonna just use that to keep me going with my channel. But I would take full accountability for my prediction. Not only was it wrong, it was completely wrong. Not only was it off, it was completely off. And in saying that, I have way more respect for Colorado than I did before the game, honestly. I do hope they keep playing this way. I do have them beating Kansas. I've already did that prediction. I'm gonna do a before game or in season prediction. But my preseason prediction, I had them beating Kansas State anyways. But I have to give them credit tonight. They look excellent tonight. So um, it is what it is. When you see my predictions, it's no hate at all. It's based off of what I see, my research, and then I put together my analysis. I actually type it up, and then I read my segment out to you all when I get behind this mic. So um, I'm sure I'm gonna be wrong some more, but just know that I give it a full effort before I create a segment. I don't go live or anything yet because I don't think there's a demand for my channel or me to go live right now. If I ever get that type of demand, I would try live because I would like to be like some of these people that go back and forth with me. I would like to hear them over the phone line so we can have a educated discussion, over the phone. Because sometimes they get you to see things certain ways that you didn't see, and maybe I can get them to see things a certain way that I didn't see at first or didn't see before. But I enjoyed the game. One thing about Coach Sanders in Colorado, I watch every game they play. Now I couldn't finish a lot of the fourth quarter, just like me and hundreds of other people. We were all watching it on because I don't have Fox, so I go on YouTube to find it. And then of course they Fox took us from the football game and put on the baseball game, which just made me angry because I just think Colorado's team demands full attention when they're playing. I don't understand why you were cut off from that game, especially for a long baseball game. That by the time the football game is over, they're still going to be in the first or the second inning because baseball is so slow. So congratulations to Colorado. I appreciate the people that give me feedback. You all know who you are. And I'm shocked, honestly. I'm not just I'm gonna say I'm not shocked that they won because of course I did in my segment I did say they can win if this happens, but for them to win in the manner that they did and by the amount of points, well, they scored 48 points, 48-21. I did not see that absolutely at all. It did not look flukish. It actually looks like they're going to be one of the top teams in the Big 12 now. So that may change some of the predictions I already have out there. As long as they can deal with injuries and they can keep going like they're going. So congratulations to Colorado, to the people who give me feedback. I do appreciate it because I do put a lot of time into the segments. So when you give feedback, I do appreciate it, whether it's good or bad, whether it's hard, mean, or nice or whatever. We normally all calm down before we end the conversation. So I appreciate the feedback I'm getting. Congratulations to Colorado, and I'll put together a full breakdown of the game that I saw like I always do. I title it "What I Found Out About the Coach Prime's coaching staff after the win or the loss, etc., etc." So it is what it is. Congratulations to Colorado. It's Hunt 919, Truth to Sports. Ride with me.